My friend, we're going to be talking about the altered scale today. So if you know your modal structure of Locrian, you're going to love this. Why? It's just having a Locrian mode. And then we're going to flat one note. We sometimes refer to this altered scale as the Super-Locrian or the flat 4 Locrian. Okay, brass tacks. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and then B diminished. When we're playing this chord, we have no sharps or flats, meaning it's much easier to teach in this. So instead of saying C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G, adding one more thing into the equation, we just basically talk about it through the eyes of C major because it's easier to talk about what these notes are. Now, when you're playing something, I will be talking about flattening or sharpening a note, but I'm going to try and stay as enharmonically correct as I can. So having said that, enharmonically means the same note, different name. If you dig the way that I teach, please thumbs up, subscribe below, and comment on the community section. Talk with somebody about music if you would. Okay, so if we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and we know that that's a whole step, half step. Actually, let's go vertical. We all know that scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's the first couple frets. Omit that third finger, use the second finger. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Omit this finger, omit the first and second and open strings, and play C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Those are the 3 scales I use for everything on this fretboard. No matter where you move them, they always work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see this vertically. So we can just count the steps. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. What we're going to be doing, because it changes one note, it's just going to change and alter that. So having altered that C to a Locrian, we would have our Locrian mode. And then if we just take that one note that's supposed to be the F flat, it changes into C is going to go up a half step. That half step is going to go all the way to, you guessed it, D flat. D flat's going to go all the way up. It's going to go a whole step. And that D flat's going to be jumping up to a D sharp. The D sharp's gonna go half step and play the E natural. Yep, you guessed it. It's gonna skip the F and go all the way to the G flat. Call it an F sharp if you want there. We're gonna be taking that concept of moving that a whole step. We're gonna be getting A flat or you guessed it, G sharp. And then we're gonna be moving that all the way up another whole step. And we're gonna be having the weirdest thing happen because you're gonna be hearing that B flat or that A sharp, and then you're gonna wanna go another whole step. That's gonna achieve the altered scale. Now, when we see it vertically, it's an interesting thing because we want that note to be in there. We want that G to be in there, but it's the G sharp and it's the A sharp. So the concept behind this is if you get comfortable playing this anywhere on this fretboard, you will find yourself using this altered scale to play some pretty cool concepts. Now, I like to use it when we're doing like 1 or 2 chord vamps when the chords are right next to each other. So if we have like a minor 7, A minor 7, no matter how you want to play it, we'll take that like a half step up and maybe do like a B flat diminish, or maybe just like a B flat minor and back. Either way, it's a half step. Got that in our heads? So the concept I would use there, because C major is relative to A minor, I could absolutely use that altered scale to change the preference of what the ear wants to hear. Hearing this as having more like a minor movement because it does have that minor note in there, and hearing this as having that like kind of like almost Phrygian, definitely Locrian, but that one extra note, I would say that is where your meat and potatoes are. As all modes go, if we were talking about, let's say, Mixolydian, C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, when we played that like C7 chord, the reason why it sounds really groovy, where we go, is because that note that we're hitting is the note we're looking for. So when we find ourselves on that dominant 7th note, That's what I would be using in Mixolydian. That's the meat and potatoes. Also, I like to float around doing different increments. So if you're practicing this altered scale and you think that it's fun for your fingers, maybe try and use it over the top of any minor progression that has 2 chords back to each other. I can give a couple suggestions if you want in the comment section. Aloha!